Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on sequence of events. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 3. And then grade 3, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of sequence of events. Right? All right, so our chapter is sequence of events. Our subject is English language arts, grade 3. And the lessons that we are focusing on today under the chapter of sequence of events is to identify time order words and to put the sentences in order, right? And if you listen to the word, which is sequence of events, then it basically gives you a clear indication of things that's basically in order, right? So things that's in order. So things that's in order, we can say it's like saying it's first, second, right? Those are words that we will be able to use, right? Right? So when it comes to time and order words, right? See. Time order words can help show when things happen. So it shows you when things are happening, right? It can either happen today, it can happen tomorrow, it can happen now, right? But it basically shows when things are happening. You can even use words like soon, recently, later, right? But it basically tells us when things are going to happen. All right. Sorry. So once again, time order words, it can help show when things happen. And some time order words, they tell you that a sentence is either about the past, the sentence can be about the present, or it's about the future. And remember, when we say it's in the past, then it means that it has happened already, right? So which means that we can use words like yesterday, earlier, right? Those are things that or words that you can use when it comes to time order words. When it comes to the present, right, which is things that is happening now, right, then you can maybe say, I think you can use like now, recently, right? Today can also be a word that we can use when it comes to the present tense of time order. And then we also have future tense, right? And the future tense, it can be words like tomorrow, soon, right? Those can be words that, or later, right? Those are words we can use to indicate time and order, right? It basically shows us when things happen. So time order shows us when things happen. So here's an example of, if we look at an example of time order words, then we can say, like we said, time order words, right? It basically shows us when things happen, right? And we did say that time order words, it tells us about the sentence that is either happening in the past, the present, or the future. And then if we look at some of like examples of time order words and sentences, then we can say, for example, we should go to the beach today. So we should go to the beach today, right? So today is a time order word which indicate when we should go to the beach. And then tomorrow we can stay home and watch a movie. So now another question is, when must we stay at home and watch a movie? And then our answer would be tomorrow. So tomorrow would then also be our time order word, right? And that tells us when we are going to stay home and watch a movie, right? Then another time order word is when they say, Emily recently learned how to sew. So the question is, when did Emily learn how to sew? And you can just basically say, recently she learned how to sew. And then also soon. Soon is also another word. She'll be able to make her own Halloween costumes, right? So these words that has been underlined, that's in bold, are time order words. And these time order words, they tell us when things happen, right? They tell us when things happen. And it can either happen in the present, can happen in the past, or it can happen in the future. All right. And then also, when it comes to time order words, some time order words, right? They also put certain events in order, right? And when we say that they put some events in order, then we can also use words like first, we can use words like last, we can use words like now, or first, second, last, or first, second, and so on, right? But these, some of the time order words, we can also put words in order. All right. Sorry. So before we continue, do we at least have an idea of what time order words are? Right? So time order words, it tells us when things happen. All right. So we are going to go on to our taste real soon, but I need to first know that all of you guys do understand what time order words mean, right? And we say time order words. And if we put time order words in order, right? If you were to put these words in order of a certain sequence, right? Then it means that we can say, if you were to write something and explain what you do before, let's say while you're preparing to go to bed, right? So while you're preparing to go to bed, you can maybe say that before I go to bed, first I I brush my teeth, all right? And then you can say the next I do something else, right? But you basically giving us some form of description in order of the things that you do before you go to bed, right? Or when you're getting ready for school, then you can then say, first I get out of bed, right? Then I brush my teeth, or next I brush my teeth. Thereafter, I do and so on, right? So you basically giving us a description or an explanation or a sequence of events of what you do or the things that you do in order, right? Of when you get up in the morning over the time that you go to bed, right? So now, step by step, we will be able to know, okay, this is happening first, or this is what he or she does first. And then, secondly, this is what he or she does. Thirdly, thereafter, next, soon, right? Recently, those are the type of things. And you just need to use the correct words in order to basically also explain what you do and how you do it when you, for example, start your day. So you can even use words like afterwards, thereafter, before, right? Because those are all time order words. All right. So we say time order words, they even put events in order. For example, we can say, first I got out of bed. So first is a word. I got dressed next. So next is another word, right? It's like putting something in order, right? Afterwards, I have breakfast. So afterwards is another word. Then, then can also be another word, right? All right. We're going to our taste now, where we are going to um, find or let's say identify a time order words, right? And in the specific order that it's supposed to be. All right, so now we're going to identify time order words. We need to find one time order word within the sentence, right? It says people once thought the earth was flat. So people once thought the earth was flat. What is a time order word within the sentence? Is it once or was? We need to say when people thought the earth was flat. Is it once or was? The word that tells us when people thought the earth was flat. So is it option one or option two? All right, and if we choose the correct time order word, we will say it is once, right? Because once, it's almost like showing like once upon a time, right? People thought the earth was flat. So well done. Once is correct. Of the countries on our list, we have visited Egypt third. So, of the countries on our list, we will visit Egypt third. What is our time order word? Is it on or is it third? On or third? So, is it on or third? Of the countries on our list, we will visit Egypt third. We need to choose the one time order word. One time order word. All right, and if we choose our one time order word, then we will say it is third, right? It's like saying first, second, third, right? So third. So well done, well done. Third is correct. The city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. The city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. We need to choose our one time order word. Is it going or is it soon? So is it going or soon? The city of Seaside is going to build a new airport soon. So going or soon, right? And if we choose the correct one-time order word, and then we can say it is soon, right? It tells us when the things are going to happen. So when. So soon is correct. Well done. Well done. Tommy will go to baseball practice tomorrow. Tommy will go to baseball practice tomorrow. So we need to find out one time order word. Is it go or is it tomorrow? Tommy will go to the baseball practice tomorrow. All right, and if we choose a one time order word, then it's tomorrow. Tomorrow shows when in the future. Do you like to toast your bread before you make a sandwich? Do you like to toast your bread before you make a sandwich? So is it toast or before? So toast or before. All right, and before we choose option two, before, and then yes, it is correct. So well done. All right, let's do the last one. Yesterday, Mr. Chan found his missing watch in the garage. So yesterday or watch. We need to find a one time order word. Yesterday, Mr. Chan found his missing watch in the garage. Yesterday or watch. All right, then if we choose the correct one, we would say it is yesterday, right? So that is the first option, and it is yesterday. So well done, right? So yesterday it tells us when, right, that thing or the event is happening. Now we're going to put the sentences in order, right? All right. So we now need to put these sentences in order, right? So they're giving us a few sentences, and we're going to put these sentences in orders, keeping in mind of what our words or time order words are, right? In order to guide us. All right. So it says, as usual, the block party will start with games and contests for the children. After those end, we'll have lunch at the big picnic table in the streets. This year, our neighborhood is having our Black Block Party in May. So we need to put these three in order, right? All right. And if we were to choose, let's say we were to put these words in order, then we can say, we can start with this one, which is this year our neighborhood is having a block party in May. Then we can say this one is the second one. As usual, the block party will start with games and contests for the children, and then this will be the last one. After those end, we'll have lunch at the big picnic table in the street. So that is the order in which the sentences are. And if you even look at the wording, right? So this year, right? It's like telling us when. So this year, right? So that is basically our sentences of that we basically put in order. All right. And also, when it comes to time order words, right, to tell a story or to explain how to do something, then sentences should go in order that makes sense. Because remember, if you tell a series of events or a sequence of events, you cannot start at the end of a story and then come back to the first part of the story, right? If you tell a story, then your story needs to flow in order of the events of how it happened. If you went to first to the movies and then you went to the park and then you went to whichever farm or something, then you need to tell us the order in which it happened, right? Not that no, you came home afterwards and then we went to no, right? It needs to flow because you need to tell us a story. And in order for you to tell us a story with the sequence of events, we need you to follow as if we are there present with you, right? Time, order, word, sequence of events. So the title is Sequence of Events. All right. So to tell a story or to explain us something, how to do something, sentences should go in an order that makes sense, right? It needs to make sense, it needs to flow. Writers often tell about events in the order that they happen, right? And time order words and phrases make that order clearer, right? Remember, if you're reading a book or you're reading instructions, then instructions are clearly put out in its order, right? The instructions is not from the last to the middle and then it comes back to the first, right? It is always clear, it is precise, and it is in order of how it basically happens, right? So if we look at an example of a time order word or phrase, right? It says, if we look at this, it says, we drove to Clarksville last week, right? So that's the first thing that happened. We drove to Clarksville last week. We then got, when we got there, we had breakfast with my grandparents. We decided to catch an afternoon movie after we ate. The theater was crowded, but we still enjoyed the show. But now if we look at all of that, right? That is basically how whatever the events happened or things that happened within that specific day, right? So they had breakfast. They first drove to the place. They had breakfast. They went to watch a movie after breakfast, right? And they had a good time while watching a movie. So that is order or the sequence of events and the order in which, for example, this events happened, right? And just once again, the sentences should go in order and it needs to make sense. All right. So now we're going to, before we're going on to our test, it says we need to put the sentences in orders. The word and phrases in bold can also help you, right? It says this year our neighborhood is having, okay, we already did that one about the block party, right? All right. All right. If we look at the words, it says here she started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. Ali Reisman is a world class gymnast. 16 years later, in 2012, she won 3 medals at the Summer Olympics, right? If we look at the sentence and we were to put it in order, then we can first start by introducing her, right? Which is saying first, Ali Reisman is a world class gymnast. That is introducing the person first. So that is the first thing that you do. Then we can say, secondly, she started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. So then we say 16 years later, in 2012, she won 3 medals at the Summer Olympics. So that is basically how you put these order or these words in order or the sentences in order of events or in order of things that had happened, right? Right, guys, do we understand? Do we understand time in order words, right? Remember, if you tell a story, if I were to ask you now about your day from the time that you woke up, you're going to tell me literally everything that happened from the time you woke up, right? Took the school bus, was at school till 2 o'clock, came back home with the school bus, went to my friend, right? But you will tell me all the events and things that took place today, right? But you'll tell it to me in order. So that is the whole point or the aim about sequence of events. It is about the fact that you are basically telling us the things that happened, but in order, right? All right. Now let's go to our test where we are going to put the sentences in order. All right. We need to put these sentences in order. It says the second twin was born in the following year at 12:02 a.m. on January 1, 2016. A woman gave birth to twins in San Diego, but the babies were born in different years. The first twin was born at 11:59 on December 31, 2015. All right, and if we put these words in order, right, we can firstly say that a woman gave birth, right, is the first one, that the woman gave birth to twins in San Diego, but the babies were born in different years. Then we can say the first one was born at 11:59 p.m. on December 31, and then the second one was born in the following year at 12:02 on January 1, 2016, which means that we will choose the second option, not the first option. We'll choose the second option because it basically shows us the sequence of events. All right. And the second one is correct. All right, now we need to put these ones also in order, right? I'd say she started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. Ali Reisman is a world-class gymnast. 16 years later, in 2012, she won 3 medals at the Summer Olympics. We need to put that in order. All right. So basically, if we put these in order, then we can say Ellie Rice, because we're introducing her, is a world class gymnast. She started doing gymnastics in 1996 when she was just 2 years old. And then 16 years later, in 2012, she won 3 medals at the Summer Olympics. So we will choose the second option. And the second option is correct. So well done. Well done. Yes, well done. You see, so that is basically you giving me a description of something that or things that you did during the days. And that is so correct, right? I woke up, brushed my teeth, afterwards changed, ate breakfast, brushed my hair. Yes. All right. We need to put this sentence in order, or the sentences in order. It says the rain turned to snow by bedtime. By noon, it was much colder outside. The day started with cold, rainy weather. No, she's a Ginny Matthews. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. Let's not ask if she's 1 years old. That's not nice. Remember, we are doing time order words. So you telling me all the things that you did from the time that you woke up, that is not giving a description like a child. That is you giving me a proper description of what you did from the time that you, for example, woke up. Because that is basically what we are talking about, is being able to tell us your events that took place during the course of the day, for example. So let us be nice, Ginny. All right, and in the meantime, we will put these in order. So we can start this one by the day started with the cold, rainy weather. By noon, it was much colder outside. The rain turned to snow by bedtime. And if you even look at how they don't have to say next, then afterwards, no, even if you just read the sentences, right, it is already flowing because you can literally see by the flow of words what is going to come next, which means that our option that we're going to choose is option one. All right. And if we choose the correct one, we said we choose the first one because we say that the day started with the cold, rainy weather. Do you see the day started? That's already telling you that it's in the morning, right? And how it started, right? And then it says by noon, it was colder outside. And then the rain turned to snow by bedtime. So which means that the morning it was rainy and cold. Then the afternoon it was much colder. And in the evening it turned into snow, right? So well done. That one or that option is correct, right? One more time, order word. It says put the sentences in order. It says I had a swimming lesson in the morning. When I woke up, I knew I had a busy day ahead of me. I also had a softball game in the afternoon. All right, so if we look at basically trying to put this in order, then we can start with when I woke I had a when I woke up, I knew I had a busy day ahead of me because you know that's the first thing you did in the morning, right? Then I had a swimming lesson in the morning. You first go to the swimming lesson. And then I had a softball game in the afternoon, right? So if we look at the wording that they've been using, the first one says, when I woke up, right? The second one says, in the morning. And the third one says, in the afternoon. So now we already know which ones are in order. So we'll go with the first option. Yes, well done. The first option is correct. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on time order words, which is a sequence of events. All right, and sequence of events, it tells us, it basically gives the indication of words that basically flows in order. It's like where you are telling us the secret of events or things that you've done for the day, right? And you need to be able to put that in order, right? And there's certain wording that you can use which either shows that it's in the present, in the past, or in the future. All right, so thank you very much, grade threes, for joining the class. I really hope you're going to have a good weekend further. Goodbye.